Hey everybody, Matt here again. It's kind of a not really cooler but muggy day. I guess you can see the clouds behind me there. Had a pretty good rain last night, but out walking again and thinking about things again, so I felt like doing another video in the spirit of all the stuff that I'm seeing going on in the world, I guess. So I guess I would talk about humanity. I guess to start with, what is humanity? I like to break things down a bit, like when it comes to words. So the first thing that I think of is, what does it mean to be human? Or if you add an E to the end of it, it's humane. So what do you think of when you're being humane? What does it mean? Does it mean that we're, doing what we can to take care of each other, be nice to each other, love each other, just giving general respect to each other? I guess that's kind of things that come to my mind when I think of what's being humane. And I guess the reason I want to bring that up and talk about that is I kind of feel like, to a degree, we're kind of losing our humanity just in my general day-to-day stuff, being around, out and about, interacting with people, driving. I feel like in my short time on this earth, I've watched our humanity slowly slip away to the point to where I don't feel like we're really being all that humane to each other much anymore. Obviously, it seems like most people still do a pretty decent job of wanting to take care of their friends and family, but when it comes to the general populace and public, there just seems to be a general lack of respect. And it's pretty sad, to be honest. I don't know what the cause is per se, but I think there's a lot of things that are the cause of it. I think a lot of it's been, I'm not going to blame the internet per se, because the internet's been amazing and it's caused so many amazing things to unfold and allow us to be able to do. I do think that some of the keyboard warrior, the people who sit behind the keyboard and like to run their mouths and try to prove to the world how smart they are, kind of are getting to the point to where they're bringing that out into the world. And it doesn't do them or anybody else any good in the grand scheme of things, to be completely honest. I mean, if you're trying to get what you think is your truth out there, kind of like I'm doing here, more respect to you. I appreciate that, but we don't need to be doing it in a negative way where we're trying to put other people down and make people feel bad for whatever it is that you want to classify them as. It's just, we need to remember at the end of the day that we're all kind of stuck on this rock together. And if we want to be able to continue being stuck on this rock together, then we should probably be careful about how we treat each other. It's all we got, really, when it boils down to it. If the internet was to go away today and we had no way to call each other, no way to do videos like this, what do we have at that point? We've got basically our reality in real life, where we go and talk to people. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people have lost touch in how to operate. There was something I was reading the other day where they were talking about, it was like a school teacher, elementary school teacher or something like that, and at the end of the day, she made everybody put all their laptops and phones away and have everybody in class, just strike up a conversation with each other. And she said that there were a couple of groups that split off and kind of started doing that, but there was a definite group of people that the kids just kind of sat there and looked lost and didn't know what to do. And I can say personally, I've kind of experienced that myself. I get used to being able to watch Netflix and jump on Google and YouTube and all that, and when I don't have that ability readily available, it does feel kind of awkward in a weird way. And it's not good. especially for our youth, because they've never really they've never lived in a world without the internet. Fortunately, I'm old enough to remember that. I never really thought that I would be this age and that old, but here I am. And honestly, I'm really glad that I had the experience to grow up in the time I did, because I wouldn't have had those experiences, and I guess I wouldn't have some of the perspectives I do today. So I don't know, I guess I could put out kind of like a challenge out there as to, you know, can you put your phone, can you put your computer down for a day? Can you turn your TV off for a day? How does that make you feel? And then I want you to think about why you feel that way. Like I said, personally, when I do that, I feel kind of awkward and weird, and it's almost like an addiction in a sense. That ain't good. But I guess to kind of get back to my original point is, you know, we need to learn how to interact with each other again. We need to learn how to be cordial with each other again. One of the beautiful things about living in this country is that, you know, it's a melting pot. We got a whole lot of different cultures and experiences and beliefs and everything all mixed in together. And for the longest time, it actually seemed like it was working pretty good. Honestly, I still think it is, other than what's being force-fed to people and those that continue to believe it. But, you know, going back to what I was talking about, you know, putting things down for a day, it might be an eye-opening experience. If you can do it for a day, try it for a week. I mean, obviously we need to use it to operate in life, but other than just getting the necessities done, you know, can you live without it for a week, without jumping on social media, the videos, all that stuff? Does that entice you to get out and be a little more social with your friends or family? You know, what kind of benefits do you have as a result of that? I'd be kind of curious to find out. I know personally I've been trying more and more to put this thing down, but you know, it's difficult. And fortunately I'm in a situation, you know, with the business we're trying to get off the ground and everything else, it keeps me pretty busy, which helps distract me. There's a lot of people I know don't have that distraction to kind of keep them busy, but yeah, anyways, I just felt like that was something that might help some people or get those gears turning. So let's just do what we can to be nicer to each other whenever we have the opportunity, everyone. Like, you know, if somebody cuts you off in traffic, you don't need to flip out and get pissed off and flip them off and have a big old negative reaction. You can at that point choose, you know, I mean, who knows what's going on? Maybe their kid barfed in the back seat, and when they went to look back, they accidentally came over into your lane. I mean, who knows, right? Maybe they were just assholes and they wanted to cut you off. Regardless, who cares? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what does matter is that we're all stuck on this rock together. So we damn well better figure out how to live together, right? Otherwise, before we know it, we're going to be in a world of hurt, way worse than we already are. So, just my 2 cents. Hope everybody's having a great day out there. Talk to you next time.